So do you have any questions so far?
Nope.
Okay. So before we begin, I have a couple questions for you.
Okay.
First of all, what do you do for work?
I am a technical director slash broadcast engineer for a major sports network.
Cool. That sounds like fun work.
Not right now. No sports are going on.
Of course. So question number 2, what kind of mobile devices do you use regularly to access the internet, such as a smartphone, a tablet, and do you know what the brands of these devices are?
I mainly use my smartphone. It's an Apple iPhone 11 Pro. So it's got that full end-to-end screen. Occasionally I will use my wife's iPad or my mother-in-law's iPad. When I do have it, I have a MacBook Pro to look at websites a lot, and right now I'm also using my wife's Windows desktop to use the internet while my notebook is currently getting serviced.
Great. So you answered my next question of if you had any other devices that you use to access the internet.
Sure.
So do you think that you use these mobile devices more or less than perhaps your other devices?
Just before I answer, do you consider the notebook a mobile device, or do you consider that more of a desktop?
A notebook like a laptop?
Yes.
I would consider that more closer to a laptop. We would say
Okay.
mobile would be, say, a tablet or a phone or a watch or something like that.
Before the current state that our country is in, I would say I was more of a desktop, laptop user, and would stray away from using my mobile devices unless I have to. Now it's more 50-50 where I tend to use the mobile device just as much as the desktop.
Okay. So now that you're using these mobile devices, what do you, on your mobile devices, what apps do you think that you use the most?
I usually try to limit my use of my mobile device and the apps on it, but when I do use it, Safari is usually one of the top ones that I use to surf the internet. I actually use that to get my news a lot of the times versus a news app to filter down things that I would find interesting, because sometimes in the past that never really worked out for me, where I would get news I'd find interesting and then something that I'd really find interesting. I usually use the financial institutions on there, not only for my banking, but also credit card payments and retirement savings as well. I do have some social media apps that I use, but I try to keep those far away as possible. Well, I have nothing against social media. Sometimes with the way things are now, I try to distance myself from some of the things that I don't necessarily agree with.
Understandable. So of these apps that you use, which one you would say is your favorite to use?
I would say The Athletic, because I do like to read. Being in sports, I always have to stay focused on what goes on in multiple leagues, because I could be covering one sport one day, another sport the next. But I don't like watching my content a lot of the times. I'd rather read what's going on in the sports world, standard, hardcore, print journalism, and this is the closest thing I can get to it nowadays. And I really find a lot of the content they have on there entertaining, and it's a lot of the former writers I would follow with my sports teams when I grew up.
Great. Okay, cool. Thank you. That was all very helpful.
Yeah.
So now it's time to move on to doing things. So
Good.
the fun part. I'm going to send you in the chat a link to what we're going to be asking you to interact with today. This is the app that I mentioned that we're working on. And if when you get this, you could open up that link and feel free to close any browsers or programs or anything you need because I'll be asking you to share your screen when you are ready.
Okay, I should be good. Stand by. Got it.
Great, and I see it.
Okay.
Everything looks good. So first, before you click on anything, I just like you to look at the screen and give me your first impressions. How does it make you feel? What do you think this app is built for? Who do you think will use it? What do you think they'll use it for? Just feel free to tell me anything and everything you're thinking about this home screen of this app.
First and foremost, I feel like this is for a coastal community because the blue and white contrast makes me feel like I'm next to a beach. Very calm sort of feeling to it. I see up here in the upper left-hand corner, I see a little logo, probably to indicate the town. Probably also doubles as a home button. Upper right here, I see a magnifying glass, so this probably tells me I can search for items here. Through the center here, I see prompts that answer the big question why I'm here. What do I need? I see I have requests and payments, I have things to do, library, public works, get around, vote, and representative. So I probably click on one of these sections here to navigate me towards what I am looking for on this app. And then down below, I see probably various means of communication and notifications. Chat, here, a little speech bubble. Seen that many times in many messaging apps that I use. A little envelope, probably email or internal messaging through the app itself. Not necessarily like instant through the chat here, but some version of an app messaging mail device, mail service. This looks like a bell here, so I'm assuming that's probably notification settings. This little eyedrop thing probably to a map trying to tell me where exactly I'm at, wherever I'm using the app, so maybe GPS enabled. And then at the very right hand corner here, I see a little piece of paper with a number on it. It says, probably tell me that's a community calendar. Altogether, I think this is probably an app that would be used by residents or businesses of this particular community. And it seems like it'd be a very straightforward welcome screen for them to get where they need to go to relatively quick.
Great, thank you for that.
Yep.
So now I'm going to give you some specific tasks to do on the app.
Okay.
If you could just do these tasks without using the search function that you mentioned, that will be very helpful for us. I'll read aloud what you need to do, and I'll also send a written copy of the task to you via the chat function that I sent you the link,
Okay.
so you can reference. Just remember to think out loud as you do these tasks.
Of course.
Here is the first one. Use the app to pay your annual property tax bill that you received in the mail today.
Okay, so I want to pay. Get the chat open. Okay. All right, I want to pay my annual property tax bill. So I'm thinking I want to go to requests and payments, seeing that I have to pay something. All right, I like how if I want to go back home, I can go home up here. I can click that little button up there. Let's see, annual property tax. Let's see, emergency energy assistance, housing assistance permits. Here we go, taxes. I'll click on here. I got my tax info, appeal, tax collector, assess, and right here, view and pay taxes up the very top. Okay, so click there. Search tax records by last name or by list. Okay, so it doesn't give me the option to click by last name or by list. So click
You can
there.
just, for this sake, pretend you've chosen one of those.
Okay. So whatever it is, it'll slide up and search. Okay, so I did my typing. Now I'm on the search here. And I see I've got other ones here. And here's my name. So I'm assuming this is mine that I have to pay. So I can view payments, shows my current balance, the year to type the list, total paid. So I can either view my payments or I can make a payment. Let me just see. Okay, so this is my payment history. So I'm assuming the view payments would be previous tax payments I've done, either through the app or online. So I want to get a copy of the bill. Okay, so if I wanted a bill, I can save and print it. Okay. Okay, so it's not, assuming I could print here, I can save it to my phone. Cancel that right now. Go back. That's nice to know. I can get a copy. I can download it, or I can print it off from my phone. If I print it off my phone, that'd be a miracle. Okay, I want to make a payment. So I got my payment info. I can select my credit card, debit card, or electronic check. So I'm assuming credit card here. Enter my card number. Don't want to search. Don't want to go home. Takes me back to the bill. Theory, if I'm choosing one of these choices here, I should be able to enter my payment info.
You can pretend that your payment info is typing into the fields as you go.
Okay, so I'm typing in first name, last name, address, blah, 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 continue. Okay. So the card, expiration date, all that's filled in. My name's in. Disclaimer. Read the disclaimer. Theoretically, after I read, I should be able to click the checkbox here to say I
And it
read
would
the
show up,
disclaimer.
yes.
Then if I need to go back and edit, I can edit here, but when I'm good, I can submit. I get my receipt, payment submitted. I can either save or print, or I can email my receipt. And for that sake, same as before, I've saved it, I printed it, I've emailed it to myself, and I've paid my tax bill.
You have paid your tax bill. Okay, so we will move on to the second task.
Okay. Do I need to reset?
If you would like to go home, yes, that's exactly how you go home.
Okay.
So the second task is use the app to let the city know about a big pothole in the street outside your house.
All right, so I'm thinking one of two directions. The tech savvy me wants to go the map route here, thinking that if I click this, it might take me to where I'm already at on a town map. But seeing I need to fill in a request, I think Public Works would probably be my better option. So I'll go to Public Works. Trash recycling schedule, transfer station, bulk trash pickup. 3 of 1. So I want to report a problem, seeing it's a pothole. All right, report a problem. I can choose a type of problem. Pothole. Details, I can type in here. Turn. That would still be on pothole. problem location. I would also type that in too. My name, type, turn, just assume before everything is filled in.
Yes.
Submit. Thank you for helping us. Service request is in. If there's another report I have, I can fill it in or I can return home. If I hit that, it'll take me back to this.
Yep. So if there was 3 potholes, you'd be able to report 3 potholes.
Okay.
So hopefully the city will come fill it soon.
Either that or Domino's if they still do that pothole fill program.
So if you'd like to go back home, we'll move on to the 3rd task.
Okay.
This task is use the app to make a reservation at a local Italian restaurant for dinner with friends.
Oh, I want Italian food so bad right now. Okay, so make reservations. I'm thinking things to do, get around, or the map down here. I'm gonna try the little map icon down here, see what it does. Okay. Got a little map of where I'm at. I want to find an Italian restaurant, so I want to search. I want to view restaurants.
And you would assume it would
Click that.
it would select that and offer.
Yep, and these are all the results that pop up here. So I chose one. Don't want to get direction. Make reservations. Apparently it's not the one I want. Reservations here would give me that option. I'm also getting this text, chat, and email. I don't think I want that. I'm going to go home really fast. I'm going to try things to do. Let's go to restaurants here. Okay. Filter my options. Choose my category. I got American, Asian. I want Italian tonight, so I'm going to go Italian. Adjust my price range here. Just how far out I want to go. Of where I'm currently at. Enter information to be chosen already. Italian. I want to go now, today. Hit my search. On the results page, I can sort via alphabetically or reverse alphabetically. Distance, view on map. Sort it by distance. This one looks pretty close. So I'll set reservations here. Type, and submit. And reservation has been submitted.
Yes. Hopefully you will get the time you want.
Hopefully I will.
So that is the last task I have for you.
Okay.
So before we finish up, that was all very helpful, so thank you.
Yep.
Do you have any questions or comments?
I think the navigation was very good. I liked my assumption that the little map icon down here was take me to the actual town map. I'm assuming I would be able to search for restaurants here the same way I was able to find restaurants in the things to do section of the app. So there's 2 ways to get that accomplished. And I think I was able to get both results that you and your design team were probably looking for. I did like the simplicity of getting around everything. Everything had its place. Everything made sense. I do wonder the whole chat part of it. I know I didn't use it, and if you don't mind, can I click on it?
Feel free to explore.
Okay, so that would give me.
I can give you
Oh,
actually a task if you'd like one.
yeah, why not?
So, for example, if you would like to report or ask if the animal control has your missing dog, um, what would you do on the app?
I would probably go to the chat section here. I want to reach out to animal control, and I can type here and let them know, hey, my dog's on the loose. I was wondering if you have caught her and if she has eaten any squirrels today. And this would be real-time chat um, to find out if anything's been up with the dog, or potentially I could do it through email as well if it's time sensitive. The chat would make more sense if it's time sensitive. Um, Also, if there was a phone option as well, that'd probably be a more direct way to do it if the chat option would not be my preferred method. But just thinking out loud on that one, spitballing. But yeah, I think this is a really good app, very simple, gives me options. Um, the one thought I do have with Get Around and the map itself, would that be one and the same? Or would
Um,
it be something separate?
they would be integrated,
Okay.
but they may offer slightly different focuses.
Okay. I'd like to see how that would play off one another. That'd be something I'd be very curious in. But in all, I really like this, and I think your team did an incredible job putting this together.
Thank you. Before we finish up, any other last thoughts or questions?
None at all.
Great. Well, thank you very much for your help today. It's much appreciated.
Yeah.
And hope you have a good rest of the day.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Good luck with the project.
Thank you.